What is your name?
My name is Alice.
And where are you from, Alice?
I'm from Northern California, near the Chico area.
And what were your symptoms before coming here to Sierra Integrative?
Well, for many, many years, probably 20 years or more, I just have been tired. I catch every cold and flu that comes by. I just always feel sick, just achy. The way you feel when you're coming down with the flu bug, I just have felt that way for years. And one sort of unusual symptom is my upper arms would hurt. And that was kind of a clue. If my upper arms hurt real bad, I knew I wasn't actually coming down with the flu. It was the Lyme more than the flu bug. But I just have been having to push really hard to do normal daily things. I get exhausted very easily. I can't do the things that I love to do, like going hiking and taking my dog for a long walk, and just being active. I just can't do it. I get tired too quick. And if I am having a good day and I am able to go out and do a bunch of fun things, or just do things that I need to do, then I'm completely wiped out the next day and I can barely get out of bed.
What was your diagnosis when you got to the clinic here then?
Actually, I never got myself tested. Way back when I was dating the gentleman who's been my husband for 25 years now, we went hiking and in the Santa Cruz Mountains, and I was bit by a tick and I had a bullseye rash. And I remember the rash because I remember thinking that ticks make really strange looking welts. And right after that, my whole health changed. I went from an active person to a tired person almost overnight. And I had lots of other explanations for why that might have happened. I had just graduated from college as an occupational therapist, and I was starting work in hospitals, and people would tell me, well, when you start working in a hospital, you're going to catch every bug that comes by until you're used to it. And so there's all these other explanations, and I'd go to the doctor and they'd tell me nothing was wrong with me. And I just came to the conclusion that I just wasn't a very healthy person, and I just needed to accept the situation. And then a few years ago, my son was bit by a tick, and I had heard more about Lyme at that time. Back when I was bit by a tick, I had never heard of Lyme. But on behalf of my son, I started doing more investigation about Lyme, and I learned about the bullseye rash, and I was like, oh, I had that. What's the point of getting a blood test? I had a bullseye rash. And so in pursuing treatment for my son, I ended up here at Sierra Integrative. And I brought him here, and while he was being treated, I decided that I would get tested, and so I did. And when he was done with his doing the pushes, then I started.
And what has your experience been here at Sierra Integrative, and have you improved any?
I have seen a lot of improvement in myself. I already am getting my energy back. I've heard a lot of people say that not to really expect to see big changes until a few months after you're done with the pushes, because you have to have time for all of that to work. But I already am feeling so much better. I'm sleeping better, I wake up better, my aches and pains are almost gone. On Sundays, when I've had a day of rest from the pushes, I feel like a superwoman, and I'm feeling like I have been pushing so hard to do anything for so many years that now that I don't need to do that, if I put out the same amount of energy, my husband's not even going to be able to keep up with me. And for all these years, I haven't been able to keep up with him. As far as my experience with Sierra Integrative, they are knowledgeable and loving people here that are just doing a wonderful job taking care of people. And the other patients that I've met, I hear such wonderful stories. It really is encouraging.
And if you could, what would you tell anyone who's thinking about coming here?
Well, just from my own experience, as I said, I decided to be tested once I was here. When they did the dark field test, they found things that were indicators that I was just so ripe to have a heart attack or a stroke. And they immediately started treating me for that, and I feel like they saved my life. And besides saving my life from that particular issue, that I had no idea I was in that that my blood was in that condition, they also have given me my life back, my energy back. And I would highly recommend this place to anybody who wants to come. Their examination when they come in, any other doctor, if you go and you think you have Lyme, they'll do a blood test for Lyme. But when I was going through the initial evaluation, I felt like I was being turned inside out and scrubbed, and they found things that I had no idea I needed to deal with: food allergies and heavy metal in my bloodstream, and just all kinds of things. And I know that I will be a healthier person for having had this experience here.